all the friends of CGTN on all social media platforms, welcome to this live streaming. As you can see, we are in Singapore. We have Marina Bay Sands in the backdrop, and this is the new landmark. Now, before, when people come to Singapore, people go to the Merlion, and in these years, this is the new landmark. And we are in front of Marina Bay, and then today we have an event that's a key event to kickstart this year's Singapore Food Festival, and it's set in this iconic backdrop, and it is an opportunity to showcase to both the locals as well as international tourists about what Singapore food culture is all about. Now, we know Singapore is a food-loving nation. Singapore has a very unique hawker culture that the government is pushing to get onto the list of the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. Since 2008, there has been a slew of campaigns to promote hawker culture, to help the locals to understand more about the hawker trade and to attract new blood into this industry. And this event, Singapore Food Festival, has been ongoing for, I was told, 26 years, and it is led by the Singapore Tourism Board. And today we're going to speak to the Director of Retail and Dining Experience Development Group at the Singapore Tourism Board, Ranita. Let's ask her about the history of the Singapore Food Festival and what's the highlight of this year. Hi, Ranita. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Please say hello to all the CGTN
Hi,
friends on
everyone.
social media. So I was just telling them Singapore Food Festival has been led by STB, and it has been ongoing for many, many years, right? So it's a very important event for STB. Share us more about why is it so important to showcase the food culture to the world?
Sure. The Singapore Food Festival was actually launched in 1996, and it's been 26 years since we've had the Food Festival. So every year we look at different events that we can have as part of the Food Festival. It has also grown, so this year we have it over 3 weekends, from the 12th to the 28th. The Singapore Food Festival is the only food festival in Singapore that showcases our local talents as well as our local cuisine. So it's an important part of our events calendar. One of the key events of the Singapore Food Festival is our anchor event called STREAT, which you are here today.
Street Eat. It's a night.
Yeah, it's a play on the word street eats, but it's actually street. We call it street. And it's really also a platform for us to showcase some of our restaurants and our hawkers, many of them creating new dishes, especially for this event. So street is now in its 5th year.
I was just telling our audience, Singapore hawker culture has been in the spotlight recent years. Since 2018, there has been a slew of campaigns to promote hawker culture. STB, together with the other agencies, are promoting to get a bid on to list the hawker culture on the UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage. Tell us, to the audience of people who are not familiar with Singapore hawker culture, what is Singapore hawker culture?
Well, Singapore, as you know, is actually an immigrant society. So immigrants came to Singapore, they set up home here, which is why you'll see Singapore is really a multicultural, multiracial society. So with people who came in from different parts of the world, from Malaysia, from India, from China, they set up home here. So the culture is very strong, and that's how the food has also been created. So you will see the diversity in Singapore's hawker culture in all the hawker centers that you go. It is not just one dish or one stall, but you'll have Chinese food, Malay food, Indian food, even Peranakan, which is a straight Chinese type of cuisine, and this is throughout Singapore.
And it also has evolved together with Singapore, right? Initially, it was the 4 main cuisine, the Chinese, the Malay, the Indian, and the Eurasian. Nowadays, along with the new immigrants, you see more like mainland dishes like Malay Guo or Vietnamese dishes or Japanese dishes. So it's really a way of life for Singaporean, isn't it?
It is. Singapore is basically a melting pot. So we have people from around the world who have set up home here or they're working in Singapore. And that's why you see the diversity of cuisine. It's almost like, Asia is in Singapore.
So what's the highlight of this year's street?
Well, the highlights, there are actually a few highlights. So firstly, we've got some restaurants who are creating new dishes, especially for street. So for example, Salted and Hung, which is primarily Western, and they've actually created a chicken rice kueh pai tea, which is very, very local. It's a combination of chicken rice and kueh pai tea, which is very Peranakan.
Kueh pai tea?
Kueh pai tea is like a little shell. It's crispy, and then usually we fill it in with turnip and some other vegetables. But here what they've done is they've taken a favorite, which is chicken rice, the kueh pai tea, and they've combined it together. So that's one of the unique dishes that we have today. Also something that's very interesting is that today you will see there's actually a long queue waiting to buy the Pokey, because this is the first collaboration between Pokey and a local F&B operator called Yakun, who's very famous for their coffee and their kaya toast, which is very locally Singaporean. So they've actually collaborated and they've created two new flavors of Pokey, which is the kaya and the kopi o. So because it's being launched today at Street, you see a lot of people buying, and there's stacks of boxes.
So kaya, just for audience who don't know, is a green kind of jam paste made of?
It's a local jam, but it's made of coconut. It's made of gula melaka, which is your brown sugar, and eggs as well. And that's what we eat a lot with toast. Yes, for breakfast. Yeah, very much like how the Westerners eat bread and jam.
Yummy. Okay, thank you so much for the information. We're going to walk around and show our audience some of those mouth-watering dishes.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Okay, so where should we start? Maybe we will go take a look at the kaya Pokey that she was talking about. So here's the queue, and you can see it's Pokey. Many of the viewers might know the traditional flavor is strawberry or chocolate, and today they're launching two new flavors. One is kaya toast, one is kopi o. So kopi o is local coffee. O means without milk and without sugar. Wow, people are really stocking up. Excuse me, sorry. We're doing a live streaming. Do you mind sharing with us why you're buying so many of them?
Oh, he's from Japan.
Ah, so
Japan,
you're
and
a Pokey fan or you're a
He's
kaya
going back to Japan tonight.
fan?
Yeah, tonight. So I'm taking these as a souvenir.
Right. So
For-
Pokey is a household name in Japan, right?
Yeah, Pokey, yeah.
The traditional flavor is chocolate.
Chocolate and strawberry. Yeah.
So have you tried?
Kaya.
You have tried kaya?
No. I've never tried Kaya Pokey before.
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
tried
but
kaya.
It's the first time, yeah, but you've tried kaya before, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
it's,
you bring them back for souvenir.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's okay.
Picture. I take a picture.
First, you're the first buyer of the newly launched kaya flavored Pokey.
Okay. First Japanese to buy Kaya
First
Pokey.
Japanese.
First Japanese to buy Kaya Pokey.
Guinness record. Thank you. Okay, so apart from food, you can buy all these little souvenirs, and this is Singaporean love curry puff. And on here, the plate, you can see all the signature Singaporean dishes: the chili crab, the chicken rice, the satay, the nasi lemak, lasa, wonton mee, ice kacang, nasi biryani. We're going to speak to a vendor who's selling biryani, and he was telling me that they're how they prepare it. We can go take a look. Oh, I'm interested to find out that chicken kueh dish that Ranita just mentioned. Kueh tea. For our turn.
You guys from Australia?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. When we were in Australia, they actually wanted the Apple Pay better than the card.
Yeah, no.
It's something to do with the American cards. They always made us sign them.
Yeah.
But when we used Apple Pay, it went right through.
Yeah, I think in Australia they're slowly getting away from signing, but up until recently, everything had to be signed.
Hi.
Hello, mate.
Hi. We were told. Sorry to interrupt. We were told by the organizers that you guys created a dish just for this event, which is chicken rice kueh pai tea.
Yes. So this one here.
So
So basically, we've taken the flavors of chicken rice. So we've got the chicken and we've marinated with ginger and garlic and slow cooked it. And then we've done our little version of the chili that you get with it. So we call it Firebird, but it's like tongarashi and yuzu, a little bit ginger, a little bit more garlic.
Right.
And then we just serve it with the avocado puree, which normally goes at the bottom. But,
And where's the chili?
it'll go on last.
Oh, okay. So kueh pai tea is that little cup.
Yeah, it's the little cup. So we do a version of this with uni and ikura in the restaurant.
With uni
And ikura,
What's ikura?
the little fish roll.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, so this is a special one just for the festival.
Right. Well, it's a bit early. We'll see how the crowd loves it.
Yeah, it should be great fun.
Yeah. So is that what you guys trying to do? I mean, your restaurant is Western, but you're trying to incorporate like local flavors. And
Not really. We do use a little bit of local flavors, but it's more modern Australian. So it's just I use my interests and my travels and stuff like that to create the menu. There you go, mate.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. Have a good one.
Should we follow this guy and ask him how he thinks the... Okay, let's go to the Malay food. So we talked about Singapore's food culture is multicultural, very diverse. And we're going to a Malay store, and they've been around for more than they told me 80 years. That's more than Singapore. That's older than Singapore. Okay, he's being interviewed by somebody else. Maybe we'll go to the Indian place first. Hello. Hello, hi, we're back. I was just telling the audience that about your biryani. Can you tell us more about your biryani and how you prepare it that is unique and...
Our biryani is basically, we call it just chicken dum biryani. And the biryani, the dum process, in Singapore we get a nasi biryani, but authentic traditional biryani is called as chicken dum biryani. And the dum is a process which is basically called as a slow cooking process. So what we make biryani, it takes almost an hour to make the biryani. So the rice is parboiled first, then we with the whole spices separately, 3/4 done. Then we make the curry, basically the sauce with the chicken and whole spices, garam masala, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, and also we have a biryani spice, which is our special spice, which we do prepare our own biryani spice. And after we put the yogurt in that, and then we put the raw chicken, which is already overnight marinated. So everything is cooked. Then we make the layers of biryani in a big pot. There is a sauce with the chicken. Then we put the 3/4 rice, then brown onions, bit of saffron, coriander, and mint leaf, then one more layer of chicken sauce and everything. Again, one layer of rice. Then we pack it from the whole with the lid, and we put it on the slow flame. And that slow flame is called as a dum. And that dum process, it takes almost half an hour.
Okay.
So the whole process is that once it's done, then we take out the lid, then we mix up, toss the biryani. It should not be mashed also. It has to be nicely tossed, and then we need to serve to the guests. I'll show you. I will show
Yes,
the
please.
biryani.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, my audience
So-
like, try the food. Why you're not trying them? So I'm gonna try a little bit. So you said there was yogurt in it as well.
Yeah.
You said there's yogurt.
Yes, when we do the marination of the chicken, overnight marination, we marinate with the yogurt. The yogurt, ginger garlic paste, salt, lemon,
Right.
then garam masala. That's a primary marination. So when we do the overnight marination of the chicken, so when you technically cook it in the dum style, the chicken doesn't take too much time to cook it. So the chicken is very moist, very tender, but because overnight it absorbs a lot of flavors in that.
Right.
So and our biryani, touchwood, does very well in our counters,
Yeah.
or not only in our restaurants,
Yeah.
and we have various outlets. As Indian Express, we do very well.
Right. I'm gonna try a little bit. You have a customer who wants to. No. Oh, okay. So, India Express is in the group of the Son of India, which is a Michelin-starred Indian restaurant in Singapore, isn't it?
Actually, yes, of course, we are as a restaurant, the prime restaurant, Song of India is a Michelin star restaurant, but we are also targeting the second tier clients, and that's what a very affordable food, in affordable price, traditional food, good food, decent good food. That's what we've been worked on, and that's how we got the idea to create the Indian Express as a brand. And all these years we are rigorously trying to promote as an Indian Express brand, and we want to reach to the mass market. And that's what because we, as a Song of India, we really believed in the quality of the food, and our same principle is also applicable in Indian Express. We want to give a quality food, quality stuff, good affordable price, and variety of traditional food, and bit of twist of taste according to the locals. If we don't do too much spicy, but its flavors are there.
What's the difference between the Singaporean Indian food and Indian food?
I think the Indian food, what we generally get in India, it's more on spicier. Yeah, and people like spicier because Indian like spicy. But at the same time, a lot of ghee, a lot of butter, a lot of those kind of elements are used. So often when you go to India, you are just like stuffed with the food. It's too heavy. I think that's what I learned in Singapore. I've been in here, so I understand the people, what they like. They like the flavors. They like the taste of the food.
They're more health conscious.
Healthy, but at the same time, you should not feel it's heavy. So that's what we take care of it. And touchwood, we have been doing well, and I'm also able to learning lesson every time, and
Right.
trying to give the best what they like it actually.
Right. I'm gonna try this biryani. Bit of coriander. The rice is fluffy
Yeah.
and light. Let's try chicken.
When you do the dum, because it has its own moisture, so the rice become very soft and intact. It's all because of the dum process.
You said there are a lot of spices inside, right?
Yeah.
How many spices?
This biryani has almost more than 14 spices.
14.
14 spices. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like just coriander powder, cumin powder, cumin seeds, then garam masala, then there's a cinnamon, cardamom, bay leaf, cloves, and javitri, the nutmeg flower, and of course onions, garlic, ginger. So it's all about flavors, and it's all about how you prepare the things.
Yeah.
And I personally feel how much you do in the passion wise. I think I got good chefs who are very passionate to cook it.
Right.
So we got a good, fantastic dishes.
Thank you very much. It's delicious.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So lots of flavor. We're going to the Malay store.
Yeah, they're done already. Okay.
不是就是叫我尝吗？还有
What is the?
I would love to try these different kind of Malay food. Hi, Isaha.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we're doing a live streaming to all the friends from CGTN on all social media. Say hello. So Isaha is the third generation hawker that I talked about, and you was just sharing with me that this shop was opened by your grandparents.
That's right, yeah.
And it's been around for. It's
Uh,
older
it's been
than
around-
Singapore.
It's been around. It's been around since the 1930s. So we have been at the same location, which is at Kampong Glam forever.
Also, it's
uh,
the same location.
Same area, but of course because we move around,
Yeah.
looking for better, bigger space as well. Yeah.
So what kind? It's Malay, classic Malay food.
This is Indonesian food, nasi padang. So what we are showcasing here at the event is just a small part of what we prepare every day. So we have about 24 dishes that we prepare daily, and our speciality includes beef rendang, tahu telur, ikan bakar, and grilled chicken. We have the curry chicken as well. Yeah.
And there's a sotong dish that's
Oh, okay. So we have two different types of squid, which is the black squid, the black ink, as well as the sambal sotong. Yeah. So we have that daily, and we are closed for dinner. So by 4 we are done. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So your mom was running the show for 40 years.
Yes.
And now you're helping out. This restaurant means a lot to your family, right? And
So-
to the people you serve, the community you serve.
So basically, Sabar Menanti has become a household brand for Singapore as well. We have been serving nasi padang, so the brand is known internationally as well. We are part of the National Heritage brand, and we have been serving nasi padang for more than 60 years already. Yeah.
So you said it's a household name. Not only that, it also has some international recognition. U.S. food critic Anthony Bourdain, when he
Yes.
came to Singapore, he made a stop.
Yeah, so Anthony Bourdain came to Singapore, and he had like a food journey, and one of the stop is my mom's restaurant, which is Sabar Menanti, and he had a very simple local dish, which is called lontong.
Oh yeah.
And after that, our lontong became one of the bestseller. And actually, people from all over the world did the Anthony Bourdain journey, and they will just do a stop by at the shop as well. Yeah.
Well, it's so sad that he left us. And
Yes.
you were talking about that on the day that you found the news.
Yeah.
The food critic, the Malay celebrity food critic, brought him was there in your shop as well.
Yes. So we have a local celebrity, Najib Ali. He was the one that brought Anthony Bourdain to the shop, and so the day that we received the news, Najib was there at the shop as well, having dinner. Yeah, so it took us by surprise actually. Yeah.
Well, keep up the good tradition, keep up cooking to feed the community. Thank you very much.
Will do. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. So you have a Michael Brewery here. There's another place that we. So we've tried Indian food, we've tried Malay food, and of course, more than 70% of the population here are ethnic Chinese. So we're going to show you a Chinese food store. But it's modern Chinese, with not traditional. You will see. So this restaurant we're going to, it's called restaurant Ibit, and the chef is Wang Leon. He's the first master chef in Asia, and they're cooking up something interesting. For example, you have the menu here is Lao Gamma sashimi tartar. So Lao Gamma is a Chinese chili sauce that it's a household name in China, and it's also getting popular overseas thanks to the foreign students who brought them along with them. And Lao Gamma with sashimi, so cured swordfish, salmon, and kingfish. Interesting combination. We'll go take a look once they serve that gentleman. We already disturbed him once. So in the meantime, you can just take a look at the ambience here. People are slowly coming into the festival, and an evening food fair with family and friends. Later on, there will be live music as well. Hi.
Can I have a second?
Hi, can I go over there? Sorry, is it just being served or?
These, they are not. Okay, they're with SCB, is it? This is for the coverage, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we will just return it back. No. Please eat it. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Hi. We're doing a live streaming for CGTN's friends, and I was just telling them about the interesting, modern menus you have. I want to see how you prepare it, if it's possible.
Sure. I'm going to see how we're going to prepare. You want to fire some dishes for that? Sure. Yeah. Can we do 1 beef, 1 tartar, 1 kaki, please?
Okay, 1 beef, 1 tartar, 1 kaki curry. You want to start with kaki curry?
Yeah.
Let's start with
We'll start with the 2 hot mealsters. So
Yeah.
you do the beef and the tartar. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how does that idea to use Lao Gamma chili sauce with sashimi? What drunk night you had that idea?
It wasn't that drunk.
No issue. Why wouldn't you?
I mean, okay, so you've seen modern Korean, you've seen chefs use like gochujang, and you've seen lots of modern Japanese, but you don't see many modern Chinese sort of applications for dishes. So I thought with restaurant Ibit, let's just embrace more of our Chinese roots. So we use Lao Gamma, we use pipa gao. You know.
Oh, you use pipa gao?
Yeah, and inside the dessert later on, you get to try some. Even the curry, it's like a Hong Kong style inspired curry because I love beef brisket. I mean that is drunk food. You get drunk in Hong Kong, you must have curry rice, and that's like kind of what I want to eat. And I think that right now is the perfect time for lots of Chinese, young Chinese chefs to take advantage of the times and really do like modern Chinese food.
Right.
It's our time.
So this actually has a particular taste.
Yeah.
Like not everyone is a big fan, right?
Oh, in Asia, everyone loves it.
It's very sweet, but it has this Chinese medicine,
Like a herby taste
Yeah.
to it.
Do you like it?
Not really.
Oh, well, then maybe today you like it.
Okay.
Maybe today.
In your way.
Okay, so we've got the. So we're just doing quick assembly. This
Sorry,
is
what dish is that?
This is the laukanma
Tartar.
tartar. So we take a mixture of fish like salmon, tuna, hamachi, saltfish. We mix it together with Sichuan peppercorn oil, so like malayo.
Right.
A bit of we made our mayonnaise, some vinegar, laukanma. I really hope one day I can serve laukanma. Like I hope I can serve her some food because she's a hero.
Yeah.
Even in the restaurant, we use Mao Tai as well. So we use a lot of
yeah.
Chinese things. And then that curry over there, this is it is a Hong Kong style curry, like a chu chi curry. Chu chi paste is like a fermented bean paste, and then we use our own curry blend, and we serve it with
this leaf is
curry leaf. Curry leaf, and then on top the crunchy things, that's like curry dough.
This
So
curry dough?
curry all the way through, but it's still very Chinese.
And with the black fungus,
Yeah.
very Chinese.
And then now I'm going to do the kakigori for you. Well, kakigori is more of it's a Japanese term, but the Taiwanese call it shaved ice, here we call it ice kacang. Even in China, they've got their own versions of it.
Swabbing.
Yes. So, yeah, and over here we use really nice ice. So it's totally see-through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
totally see-through. So this means that the ice cuts nicer. It shaves more fine. It shaves like, So I'll show you.
That is Celsius, right? Yes, Celsius. This is Celsius, right? No, fennel. Oh, this is fennel. This is Celsius.
Yeah, so this is lacto ferment. In the restaurant, we do a lot of fermentation. So lacto fermented saltus. So just lacto fermented fennel. So we ferment it so it's a bit like swan cai, like sour pao cai. And then saltus is just a very common like Asian vegetable that you find.
这个是什么？莴笋。
莴笋,
Oh, I love 莴笋。
Yeah, and you don't see it very often also.
The only person that's actually knows what it is. 就酸酸辣辣的还蛮好吃。
嗯，莴笋是很清苦的，所以这个莴笋是生的。
生的，对。生的时候有一点甜。
因为它有点像泡菜，所以有点脆脆酸酸的。
Oh, so it's a dome. There's rice.
然后是温的 rice， 然后上面是 sesame， 所以有点有味道的，有点像 sushi rice， 可是有点不一样。然后这个是daikon， 就是像那个你是不是没有吃那个塔布旺？那个白萝卜，daikon， white spaghetti。
So, from your dishes, it seems like chef you are very influenced by Japanese, Chinese. What's your favorite cuisine? Fusion.
I don't know. That's hard one.
Singapore.
No, depends on like the time of the day. Sometimes I like French food, sometimes I like Chinese food. Right now, I love to eat like dumplings. 生煎包. We need to go.
I went last week.
Oh, I think so.
Is there a good samgyeopsal place in Singapore?
I go to one in Upper Serangoon. Yeah, called
It's in Kobe, Dingtala.
Bingtala.
订餐了啊，把所有都可以。
Yeah, it's really good.
So I'm gonna try this curry.
So I have it with the meat. I'll hold it for you.
Thank you. I'm gonna try the curry.
Do you want him to focus on the...
So there's beef. 这个什么
Brisket,
brisket
short rib, tripe, and tendon.
tribe. That's tribe. Oh, interesting. And the crunchiness of the chili curry puff really makes interesting texture.
Oh my god, it's so good. That's alright. Beyond.
It
Your
works.
pots are so good.
And this is the
Yeah.
Thank you. This is the yuan yang. So yuan yang is
It's like a Hong Kong cafe drink with like tea and coffee together. So this is yuan yang. So
Oh,
on
so
top
good.
you have like the tea syrup, and then inside you actually find a treasure, which is like a coffee jelly.
No, it's
So it's
really
like a
very-
little nice texture difference and flavor difference, and you can actually see right there.
what is this? Is brown sugar?
Like a brown pipago, it's a little pipago.
Pipago. Okay,
drizzle,
so
right?
pipago is this, and this is all the children, Chinese children, when they have coughing,
Yeah.
when they have cough, their parents will
Not
give
just
them.
children, adults too.
Adults too.
Now it's very cool because people serve bubble tea with it. They serve like
Ah.
milk tea with this, and they turn it to ice cream. Like there's now this new exciting resurgence of like using really Chinese ingredients. Yeah, why not? Like they're fun, they're interesting, they're exotic.
And healthy.
Yeah, I mean, Lao Kan Ma, America knows about it thanks to John Cena. You know, so now's the time that we gotta really start enjoying and using these wonderful ingredients.
So-
Maltai ice cream
Multi ice cream.
in our restaurant. Yeah,
Is that what you do?
yeah.
Oh, so why add alcohol in the ice cream? What kind of purpose does it serve? This is actually quite good.
Sorry. I used to be a bartender, so I really love alcohol. I love using alcohol not just in drinks but also in food. And Mao Tai is just, you taste Mao Tai and there's nothing else like it in this world. You taste a vodka from some country and it can be the same vodka anywhere else, or gin. But Mao Tai, there's only one Mao Tai. There's only one Wuliang here. You know, there's only one of these sort of things. Like these ingredients are so special and so unique.
So, I mean, it has a very unique flavor.
Yeah, and it's not a bad flavor. It's a unique flavor. Just people not used to it.
Right. Yeah.
Now's the time.
So you use it, you incorporate that into your dishes, and then so it'll be less harsh, but you have the flavor in it.
It's our job as like the professionals to taste it and know how to turn it so it tastes better. So how we can make, because not a lot of people have very bad experience with, for example, Mao Tai or the Piwakao because they had it when they were younger or they had too much of it when they are in business in China. But I'll try to find what makes it good and then transform the dish into that.
So, what's your background, Leon? Chef Leon? How did you?
I used to be a lawyer.
So one day you just decided, like, you've always been doing food, obviously.
I was lucky. 3 years ago, I was in this show called MasterChef,
Yeah.
and I won MasterChef Asia. And 3 years later, here I am. Yeah.
Interesting. So what are the other things that on your list that you want to, unique ingredients that you want to incorporate into your cuisine?
Right now, we serve in a restaurant. We have a xiaobing, but we want to upgrade it to a senjian bao on it. That's why right now we are eating a lot of dumplings, so we can find out how to do our own senjian bao, but in our own way. What else?
So senjian bao, I have to say, because I'm from Shanghai. So senjian bao is the little steamed dumpling, but it's a mantou and pot sticker, and so it's a little burnt, crispy at the bottom, and it's mantou fluffy on top, and then the juicy
Like
meat
xiaolong bao inside, there's juice inside.
It's like a xiaolongbao mantou.
But it's a very different sensation from xiaolongbao, because xiaolongbao is more like delicate.
Yeah.
While senjian is more rowdy.
Meal. It's a meal on its own. No, I mean, like we wanted to do like roast duck, like kao ya, is it? Shao ya, and because I started learning more French food, but we have a roast duck at the restaurant. It took us about 5 to 6 months to get right, and it's a mix between Beijing style, Hong Kong style, and the French style. And so we will take on ideas, but we will convert them to something that is our own version.
Your clientele, are they mostly young people or?
Actually, we get all sorts. We get young couples. We get like lots of 60, 70-year-old people who come in just want to eat. We get.
How do they feel about your creation?
I think they are quite surprised. They are quite interested because we treat the subjects very respectfully.
Right.
We don't want to play around too much. I mean, we don't want to be disrespectful to the ingredients. So we will tell them that this is our take on it. So don't take it the wrong way. We always give them the story and understanding of how we came to this point and why it inspired us. And then when they eat it, they understand.
We have same reaction as you, like Gama or Hong Kong. They get more interested in the food that they eat, so it's better.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Keep cooking.
Thank you.
You come to the restaurant and try. I think
Yes,
it's
I will
kind
write the restaurant.
it's
right
on the
here.
card. Yeah, the address. It's really near here, so you should come
Okay,
by.
thank you very much. And enjoy
Do you guys want some?
Singapore
Do
Food Festival.
you want to try some of that?
We'll come back.
Take it.
Should we keep this for you then? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap. Maybe you can. Is there anything else you guys want to see or try? Please let me know. My producers will text me, and then we can go to any specific store. But as I said, this is quintessential Singapore. You have different cuisine in one place, and people from all walks of life come together. It's a kickstart event for this year's Singapore Food Festival. Maybe we show more of the place. The food is good.
Food's nice, right?
Yeah.
Quite unique.
Interesting. Beijing, Beijing.